Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Voice Cat. We're taking a look at your favorite animated characters and figure out who played them the best, the worst, and the weirdest, and allow you to vote on them yourself. I'm Justin, and with me is Will.
Greetings, heroes!
We are diving to the X-Men to look at Beast.
From the X-Men. So tell me, Justin, how much do you know about Beast?
Ever since from about the week when we decided that we'd do this and I started researching, nothing. All of my knowledge on this character I have accumulated in the past week.
I'm personally a big fan of Beast and Hank McCoy.
Good, then you are going to be piggybacking this whole show.
Probably. Beast, aka Hank McCoy, a child born from a mutation, when his father, who worked at a nuclear plant, was exposed to immense amounts of radiation, causing him to be born a mutant. At first, it was more subtle. He just had really big hands and feet. But as he grew older, through adolescence and through teenager, he would become much bigger, much hairier. But, to his benefit, using these giant hands and giant feet and nice muscles, he would become a very good varsity high school football player. Till one major outburst where he started to grow blue fur, and then went into hiding, before he was founded by Professor X. He went to Bard College specifically, and he earned the nickname Magilla Gorilla.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I everything that I've heard with him, just like him being born through radiation shit, becoming a football player, I'm just like, oh, that's fine. And then you say, like, his nickname was Magilla Gorilla. I'm just like, wait, what the fuck?
Because he was big and hairy, like a gorilla.
I get it. Beast. Kaiju or no kaiju?
Not big enough to be a kaiju. Maybe a cryptid.
Anyway. God damn it.
First up on our list is George Buza from the 1992 X-Men cartoon.
We did it, Alec. The progress of medical science, much like the construction of a great cathedral, is the work of many hands. And I withhold my exultation until the treatment is proved effective.
I'm all shaken up after just, like, I had to learn new shit. The Turtles month made me feel good because it's like I didn't have to keep watching all this shit. Now I think I'm back to being off edge all the time and paranoid.
Isn't that the best, though?
I mean, for a psychopath, yes.
No, who said that? Yes, clearly you're the psychopathic one.
What makes you say that, Will? Okay, Scooby-Doo.
Rich Reggie.
So, this is the first time that I got to experience the 1992 X-Men series.
Really, you didn't get your handle on it beforehand?
There's a lot of things that I haven't experienced. From what I've seen, I've loved it. Not of your fart, but of the cartoon. Holy shit, this writing's good.
Yeah.
I am so surprised.
Writing for this? Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And George Buza does a good job. He gives Beast this very calm and gentle voice that still matches the design perfectly, you know?
Mm-hmm. Nice, booming, gentle giant voice. Which also fits because in X-Men, in all renditions, he works as a vice principal for the mutant school that Xavier runs, and as the coordinator for the team, normally dispatching and aiding when he has to.
I was thinking, well, like, I look at this guy, George Buza, look at his face. I was thinking, like, if Orson
Beast.
Welles,
I know.
If Orson Welles lived for another 20 years, I think he would have made a good Beast, you know?
I think George Buza would make a really good live-action Beast in the face area.
But I have to give him a little bit of criticism here, because it's like, the voice is great when he's not horribly emoting, you know? I saw an episode where it's like, his lover gets captured, and he just, like, shouts out, and it's so embarrassing. It's just like, Carly! It took me out of it so badly.
But overall, I think a really good, solid start for Beast.
I agree. And, man, it's pretty ballsy that for the first season, this dude's in prison. Although, granted, he's not one of the more important X-Men, so it's not like it would have... I wouldn't say it's a huge risk, but still really interesting.
Agreed. As much as I like him, yeah, there could have been more. He could have done more.
Yeah. I mean, there's not as much characterization here as Michael Kopsa had in X-Men Evolution.
I still look like a monster. I can still feel it, though. Inside. The worst part is, the very thing I feared most has happened. My teaching days are over now that I look like this.
Evolving to Michael Kopsa.
I love this beast so fucking much.
It's a good beast. It's a very solid beast. Michael Kopsa is also known for voicing Shar Aznable in Mobile Suit Gundam, Pharaoh Man in Mega Man MT Warrior, and often keeps his role for being Char and his not Char identity Quattro. He's probably one of the more consistent actors in the Gundam series.
Another series that I have to see.
Yeah, you really do. It's a great series. Especially G Gundam. They have a goddamn windmill Gundam.
Yeah, I'll do it once I have infinite time. Wow, I have a lot to say. First of all, great angle that this series does by having him, like, for the first couple of episodes, you don't even see him as Beast. You see him during transformation as Hank McCoy before it goes into a whole werewolf type thing.
What I like about Michael Kopsa is he stays very consistent and on par with the George Buza voice, just shows a bit more emotion.
Yeah, essentially he has more to do, you know?
Yeah, because he has all these people to interact with when it comes to these students.
Yeah, I'm kind of mixed on the whole angle of most of the characters are in high school, especially with Cyclops, because I don't think Cyclops should be under Wolverine in terms of rank. But if you look at it in terms of lack of experience and the characters getting to know themselves, this is a great angle for Beast.
Well, you bring up the fact that you don't think that Cyclops should be a teenager, but when you look at it, pretty much everyone is a teenager to Wolverine, considering he's been around since the Civil War. The American Civil War. Wolverine is practically 100-something years old.
That is a good point.
But yeah, Cyclops does have a lot of angst as a character, so it does make sense that he'd be the angsty leader teenager.
I gotta watch this series again sometime.
We should make a plan of it.
Yeah, again, I need time. I need a lot of time.
And you need a friend.
Where am I gonna find one of those?
I don't know, check under your bed.
Oh, sorry, it was my cat.
You don't have a cat.
Will, send help.
You have a dog.
Send help.
No. Speaking of no, Dee Bradley Baker in the Spider-Man 2 in the Spider-Man 2 video game in 2001, Enter Electro.
Greetings, my web-slinging compatriot. I noticed perchance your diurnal patrol and thought I would provide you with information of a practical and necessary nature.
Please tell me you're serious.
I really didn't. I didn't like Dee Bradley Baker too much.
It's not good. And I think I can explain why. First of all, it's a very vanilla, bad. First of all, just knowing big words does not make you a good beast, okay?
Yeah, big words doesn't make you a good beast. Oh, Dee Bradley Baker. He did a lot. He's done, most of the Ben 10 aliens that aren't Steve Blum. He's also number 4 from Billy and Mandy.
He also does a lot of animals and sound effects, which I can kind of understand that logic in a way for Beast.
He's like a modern day Fred Tatasciore. Or a younger Fred Tatasciore.
No, that is a horrible comparison. I don't
No,
mean,
Frank Welker. That's what I meant.
That's a lot better.
I get the two mixed up often.
Okay. Like, if Dee Bradley Baker was just, like, doing animal noises, that would kind of make sense. But no, that's not what's going on here. Dee Bradley Baker is mostly known for playing more thin, scrawnier, smaller characters.
Like Mandy's dad.
If you want to bring up that well-respected reference, then sure. It's just like, this is just the wrong guy for the job completely. Not in his
Element.
tool, not in his element, and at all. Although granted, I can kind of, like, clearly, it's a fucking Spider-Man game, so obviously, I don't think they didn't really, like, give a lot of time to look for someone to fit the role. I don't even know what he does in the game. I presume tutorials?
Missions involving Beast, but that's about it.
Yeah. Going from one flop in a video game to another, we have Alan
X2.
Dale.
Oh wait, Alan Dale's came out before Wolverine's Revenge in 2003?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it did.
Alan Dale.
From X-Men Dimension.
Fascinating. Your technique is appalling. You're quite the pugilist.
So, behind the voice actors has this guy is unknown, but if you look at IMDb, it is Beast, so.
But when it comes to voice acting, he only has very few. His most consistent role being the priest from Tangled Ever After.
Oh, I love that guy. He's my favorite guy.
Doesn't beat the priest from Little Mermaid, though.
I don't... It's been too long. Look, he's fine, but it's a fighting game, you know? He says some innocuous shit, just like, oh, fascinating, or you're a tough opponent, and that's really
Your
it.
technique is appalling.
Exactly.
He sounds like Crispin Freeman's Winston, but bad and like 10 years before. Hi guys.
Yeah.
I'm a real party animal.
Why hasn't Crispin Freeman been Beast yet? That's
Why
a good
hasn't-
point.
Yes, please. He does good Winston. Winston is basically Beast, but was a human before he was the Beast.
That's kind of the problem with, like, doing, like, video game talk, is that, like, a lot of these type of characters, especially, like, someone like Beast, who is known for being smart, you have him doing expositional shit, and that's about it. Which I kind of came into this knowing this, but, like, I figured, you know, why the hell not, you know? Because if we take out video games, then how long is this going to be, like, 10 minutes?
Probably.
And we're not getting too much more traction when we finally talk about X2 with Richard Portnow.
Start thinking about it now, Logan. The Shiva strain virus that has been dormant in your central nervous system has mutated to bypass your healing factor. It's active and incubating.
Who voiced Minister of Autumn from Tinkerbell, the 2008 movie Tinkerbell. He didn't really do much else.
To the everyone in there who doesn't give a single shit about this guy's career, he literally has one it's such a fucking waste. Like, if you look at the cutscene, Beats is only there to say, yeah, Wolverine, you're gonna die from this shit that happened to you. Here's this thing to tell you how much more time you have before you die. And Professor X is already in the scene, who also, like, tells exposition, so it begs the question of, why the fuck is Beast even here at all?
Obligation.
You know what I mean. And just sounds old. Portnow was, like, in his 60s at least when he did it, so he just kind of sounds old.
He sounds like a gruffer Clancy Brown.
Now, you're giving disrespect to Clancy Brown.
No, I mean like a gravelly. Speaking of gravel, next we'll be covering Richard Doyle with X-Men Legends 2: Rise of Apocalypse. Because Apocalypse turns things into rubble and gravel.
Honestly, Charles, I don't mind if everyone is helping out with relief in Genosha. An empty mansion means I can concentrate on locating Apocalypse's base.
Richard Doyle. Really big voice actor, actually. I personally, he's in a lot of things that I'm interested in. A lot of people would know him as Enoch, or Enoch, E-N-O-C-H, Enoch, from Ben 10. He was one of the, he was the night guy with the golden mask.
Big Boss from MGS Metal Gear Solid 4, Dr. West from Splatterhouse, a very underrated beat-em-up.
Lord General Casta from Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 2 Retribution. Warhammer fans love this guy. Also the Fury from Metal Gear Solid 3. And Pius Augustus and Ulyath from Eternal Darkness, Amity's Requiem. So overall, he has a very big pedigree, doing a lot of action-y stuff, horror stuff, and cartoon stuff.
But does he make Beast sound interesting?
I think he does.
Yeah? I don't know. I'm not loving it, you know?
It sounds like a calmer version of George Buza.
That's quite a high bar.
Just a calmer version.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. George Buza was already a calm beast.
Yes, but more normal calm than a guy trying to control the beast inside.
But I like that about Beast. I think that there should be a balance.
I just like Richard Doyle's Beast. It's not the greatest, but it is better than his three previous.
Fair enough. I like that. Like, apparently the game, like, Beast, like, changes sides or something. I don't know, but that's kind of an interesting...
Apocalypse can brainwash people.
That's an interesting plot thing. And also, this game can either look stupid good for the time or fucking shitty at any given moment.
It is 2005.
Yeah. Like, I watched a cutscene and it was like, wow, this looks really good. And then, like, the ending scene and, like, Patrick Stewart's voice was coming out and, like, the lip flaps were barely keeping up. I'm just like, oh, never mind. Speaking of one that I want to give a never mind to, we got Gregg Berger in X-Men the official game.
We've met Gregg Berger before.
I know that. I'm still going to give my opinion regardless.
Since Magneto's escape, Homeland Security has a new system for dealing with mutant criminals. Your students put on quite a show, Charles. I'm impressed by how much you've taught them.
It just sounds very samey with Richard Doyle.
Like, here's the thing. So, it's X-Men the official game, right?
The official game, mind you.
And you got Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, Patrick Stewart as Professor X, even Alan Cummings as Nightcrawler, like, all in this game, reprising their roles. So, it begs the question of, shouldn't Gregg Berger sound like Kelsey Grammer?
Yeah, makes sense to me.
I mean, I can kind of hear it a little bit, but it's just not there. And I've been watching a lot of Frasier lately, so I know what Kelsey Grammer sounds like.
And we have Gregg Berger, original voice of Grimlock from the Transformers 1984 commercial, the original voice of Odie in most of the 80s and 90s Garfield cartoons, and Corn-Fed Pig from Duckman. George Berger, master of playing side characters.
He's great. Like, a voice actor's voice actor, but just here, he just, no, like, you tried, you know, I don't want to say, like, you fucked up, because it's like, you know, he does good work usually, and it clearly sounds like he's trying, but it's just, you know, I hope to have you on sometime, so I hope that my opinion doesn't, like, make you feel upset. Although, granted, like, given his monster list of, like, voices he's done, odds are he'd be like, oh, did I really voice Beast? Oh, okay.
Because we actually did meet him in a Skype call back in the Skype days. Because a friend of ours, Tori, went to a Transformers convention or something like that.
I think it was just a whatever kind of convention.
Yeah, it was some sort of convention, and there was a Transformers thing, and we got to meet Gregg Berger, and I forget the woman's name. I'm so sorry. Venus Terzo, that was her name.
That's it. I remember, like, she was, like, one of the first voice actresses that I was just like, what? She voiced her? No, what? Because I was like young and stupid, so I had that thought about just like, what? She was Jean Grey, hey, and she was female Ranma. They both have red hair. What a coincidence!
Lamau.
Because I was an autistic tard back in the day.
Yeah, back in the day.
Now I'm slightly more socially acceptable. Speaking of acceptable, we got another heavy hitter who's a lot more fitting for the role of Beast. We got Fred Tatasciore in Wolverine and the X-Men and many more renditions.
I have confirmed that the explosion was indeed centered on Charles's position, so he was the likely target. It defies classification. No evidence of combustion, chemical reaction, radiation, or electromagnetism.
I love Fred Tatasciore.
Oh, me too.
Not only is he a toolkit actor, but he is just really good at pronouncing his characters.
Yeah, like the very well-articulate Incredible Hulk with his smash!
Yeah, but he also played a variety of other characters in that very same rendition. He was also Shifu from the Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness cartoon, along with many voices there. The whole laundry list of regular show characters like the Geese and Muscle Dad, Muscle Man's dad, Granddad.
Granted, like, regular show always has a ton of voice actors doing everything anyway. This dude is known for playing monster. Like, love a fuck. Like, if you control F, the word Beast on his behind the voice actor's page, you get at least like 5 other roles that aren't Beast from the X-Men. They're just Beast. Just a random monster. So that shows that this dude is well done for the fucking role, you know?
Even when he's playing something that's not an animal at all, he's a beast. Like being number 8 from the movie 9. The big gutted, muscle-headed, gargantuan of a sock puppet. But Fred does a really fitting Beast.
Yeah.
With Wolverine and the X-Men being iffy on its roles, to be honest, Fred Tatasciore was a really good call.
Yeah, there are more X-Men series that I do like, but it's like, this is the first time that, like, I think that it was just like, yes, this is just such an obvious choice, you know? Like, I'm not saying that the other guys, like George Buza or anyone like that, was like a wrong choice. It's just like, it just seemed like an immediate choice, you know? It's just like, we got this big monster-looking guy, why don't we just get Fred down here to record some lines?
Hey there, Fred.
It's just...
But also, he also sounds like he always talked with urgency, which given Beast at his position in the team, when he's normally coordinating people as he stays behind to meld minds with Professor X, speaking with urgency does make a lot of sense for his character.
Yeah, I think he could have gone a bit further with it, though, honestly. Like, I don't know, you hear just like he's so articulate in this, which is good, but again, I like that little mix of like the monster in there. That's why I like Michael Kopsa so much, you know? This just sounds like a blue guy, you know, not Beast. And the character designs in Wolverine and the X-Men don't help things much.
Honestly, he looks like Nightcrawler's dad. He looks like he could be Nightcrawler's dad.
He is Fat Dad.
He looks like Nightcrawler's dad.
He really does.
Which, the character design-wise, George Buza still has the best in my opinion, because he looks like a beast! Michael Kopsa's looks just kind of like an elf.
No, it's a werewolf, dude. Like, it's supposed to be a werewolf.
Looks like a dark elf to me.
Also, like, it moves a lot better because it's not a fucking giant bulky mess.
I like how trim he looks in Wolverine and the X-Men.
You do? I really don't. Like, that blocked chin? No.
Which kind of looks like Fred Tatasciore's own chin.
Is that what they're going for? Are they trying to make it look like the voice actor? Because I don't like it.
They do look similar in the face structure.
Yeah.
Though, with the Beast from Wolverine and X-Men having more thinner cheekbones below the bone itself than Fred, who just has a very roundish face. Could look less human, like in our next one, the Astonishing X-Men, with two contending voice actors, Mike Pollock and Ron Halder.
What's this all about?
and in front of the students. As if Emma's little game yesterday didn't wind them up enough, they have to see their administrative staff trying to kill each other. You two should be long past that nonsense. Where on earth did it come from?
Yeah, the character designs could not get any worse than this.
They look adorable. What are you talking about?
I hate that he looks like a cat. I hate it. Like, you heard how I felt about the cat that was under my bed just a second ago. I do not like that he looks like a cat.
Mike Pollock, everyone. Voice of Dr. Eggman from Sonic X, and would later reprise as the most consistent voice for Dr. Eggman.
The guy whose career, besides like wherever the fuck the 4Kids actors went after 4Kids went defunct, he's able to stay alive because he's a great Dr. Eggman. Just wish the games were a little bit better.
He's also one of my favorite Smite gods, Kuzenbo. Watch my Nene! And he throws a tiny kappa at someone. Like he's bowling a turtle shell.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so we're talking about motion comics, if you didn't know. That's what the Astonishing X-Men are. The 4Kids guys had the Astonishing X-Men for the first season of it, the first like hour-long episode of it, and then for the rest of them going down, they were voiced by other guys. Honestly, I've not seen it because I didn't have an hour, and honestly, like, I'd rather just read it. I don't want to look at like awkward motion tweening for like an hour and a half, you know?
Hey, we had to do we did some of that with the Harley Quinn episode.
Yeah, but like those were short. Those were like 5-minute things. This was like an hour and a half each. So it's like I didn't want to watch a fucking movie just to look at that ugly fucking face.
Aww.
Who designed? You know what? Don't answer that. I don't care.
And the next up we have Ron Halder, voice of Don Way from.
Hold on, I'm not done bitching about
Mike Pollock.
Yeah, I'm not done bitching about this yet. I don't like how he sounds. He sounds like one of those like middle school teachers who hates his life, who just like likes to bitch at students because it makes him feel better. He doesn't sound civilized to me. I don't know. I'm sorry, Mike Pollock.
I like how he sounds, because he just sounds comedic. He sounds like a parody of Beast, which he looks like a parody of Beast.
Yes, he looks like a parody, huh?
Yes, despite being from the original, from the canonical comics at the time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is that, like, yeah, I don't hate how he looks, but I know that this is not my Beast. This is not the right Beast. Somewhere in your head you agree with me that he doesn't look good.
No. I never said he did look good. Mike Pollock sounds fine, I guess.
Nah.
Real no opinion on it. Despite me liking Mike Pollock.
Yeah. Ron Halder's better.
He is.
Not a thing out of place. No toxins, no bleeding or swelling. They're just shut down. 9, including Emma. So we have no way of reaching the outside world. Unless, of course, we go there.
Just a bit. I mean, you want to go through your whole tedious thing about just, like, saying, like, what he's done in the past?
Not a lot of things that people would be known of. I most know him as Yahoot from Mega Man Net Warrior, and Don Way from Oban Star Racers, because I really like Oban Star Racers. Overall, he did play an X-Men before. In X-Men Evolution, he played Mesmero.
Okay.
Who was a villain. It's a good villain.
Okay, thanks. I don't know who that is, so.
Mesmero. In one of the later arcs, he's the one who tries to bring in Apocalypse.
Okay. He's not bad. I mean, I put him on the same level as the decent voice actors who were Beast in the video games. Besides that, he's not really breaking any new ground.
He's very along the lines of Mike Kopsa and George Buza, on the higher end of the spectrum.
You think?
Yeah, I'd say so.
All right.
I'd say we have a pretty nice spectrum of 5 and 5.
I can agree to that. We got a pretty good range, which is like some good, some bad, and some But now it's gonna get a lot lower when we look at Kyle Hebert in a fucking pinball game.
Hebert.
Tomato, tomato.
Oh, my stars and garters.
What a delightful discovery.
Not really much to say. He has like 2 lines of dialogue.
I mean, that line, "Oh, my stars and garters," that pisses me off.
It really does. Because that's something Beast would say.
No, he's not fucking America. We're not looking at fucking Captain America here. We're looking at fucking Beast.
We're not looking at Robin. We're looking at someone who would say, "By Jove."
I mean, I know that, like, Beast is, like, still kind of more optimistic towards society and might be more okay with the American way, especially compared to someone like Wolverine. But I don't think that he'd just fucking
Of course Wolverine wouldn't want the American way. He's a Canadian.
That's what I'm
No, canonically Wolverine is Canadian.
Well, all the more reason. But I don't think that fucking Beast would just go around and just, like, it's like saying fucking American catchphrases.
Gee willikers, Batman.
Exactly. Again, I don't think they put in any effort. I just love that you can fucking find voice actors for pinball games.
Right?
Yeah. You know what does make me happy?
What makes you happy?
So, that Addams Family animated movie's coming out, and it looks pretty good. And it's like, if we do an episode on that movie, and we talk about Gomez and the Addams Family, we can talk about Raul Julia because he has a fucking voice acting credit for playing Gomez in a pinball game.
Speaking of playing characters, going over Kyle Hebert like I usually do, adult and teen Gohan, Kiba Inuzuka, Ryu from Smash Bros. For the Wii U and 3DS, and Ezreal from League of Legends.
And my personal favorite, the guy who makes the Gurren Lagann dub worth it.
What, are you saying that, or are you saying that Steve Bloom doesn't do anything for you?
Well, what, as the homosexual mechanic? Look.
Yes, leave Snake Man alone.
Look, he's great, but, like, let's be honest. People come to Gurren Lagann for Kamina, and fucking Kyle Hebert's a fucking good Kamina. Of course, I'm not really a guy who watches dubs anymore, comparatively. I just think that they're shittier by comparison, but giving credit where it's due, you know? This is just kind of a very short... Actually, I wonder if this paid more than any anime dubs that he's done.
I think Kyle Hebert is just a guy who likes to expand his horizon. That's why he gave a pinball game where he's Beast from X-Men a chance.
I don't think anyone could be like, oh boy, I get to be in a pinball game.
No, it's more of, oh hey, I get to play Beast? Cool.
I get to use the line that I think Beast should always have had and make him say, "Oh, my stars and garters."
At the tail end of it, we have David Boat.
This might be a bit unstable. Beast.
In this rendition, Marvel decided to kidify the X-Men and other Avengers by making the Marvel Superhero Squad. And in this Marvel Superhero Squad online game, David Boat plays Beast.
Yeah, they took a watering down for kids version of Marvel and they turned that into a fucking MMO. You can imagine the turnout. Like, I don't know if this is just like the capturing of like behind the voice actor's audio clip, but why does it sound like he's a robot? Why does it sound like he's a robot?
I think it's just the quality of the game. They really didn't care when they made the game or the show.
I mean, I don't know. There's not a lot to say. He's just an exuberant guy, you know? Says some big words.
But he does have an actor with a lot of notoriety to them. Him.
Yeah.
Lexias from Kingdom Hearts 2. One of the renditions of Sam from Sam and Max. One ghost from Danny Phantom named Vortex, which is funny because he also voices a Transformer named Vortex.
Oh, maybe that's a reference.
I like to believe that. But overall,
we end on a whimper. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Hey, we still need to do our best, worst, and weirdest.
Yeah, I know. This is... Oh, hold on.
You can't escape from me that easily.
There's a comment on the bottom that said... Did you fucking read this comment before?
Crispin Freeman should actually make a great Beast.
Fuck off. didn't see this before. I thought this was your opinion.
No, I did think so, but apparently, this one guy on the forum on the voice actor page actually does agree with us.
All right. Well, I hope you're watching, guy, because we're going to be doing our final thoughts. Will?
Best is George Buza by far. I'm sticking to my guns.
Okay.
The weirdest, Ron Halder. Ron Halder did a good shot. Worst, Portnow. No, wait, not Portnow. Berger. Berger just makes Beast sound bored. That's my job, to sound bored.
Oh, that's how it is.
Yeah.
My best is Michael Kopsa. My worst is Baker. And the weirdest is Kyle Hebert.
Hebert.
Shut up.
No.
Now, we'd love it if you guys could tell us your best, worst, and weirdest in the comments below. Keep the conversation going. Figure out the updates that we have on Facebook.com/TheVoicecast. And we will see you guys next time. Peace out.
Have a good one, guys.